Yote! What's up, YouTube, YouTube, YouTube? You know, I actually rewatched a stream that I did recently, and I got kind of annoyed with how loud and obnoxious the guy talking to me was. Then I realized it was me, and so maybe I should come up with a different way of saying, hey, welcome. Live, new twos, live stream where we're talking twos, the best place to write things down, what's new about twos, why you should love it, and what the hell is going on. That probably wasn't the best way for me to put it. All right, let's take a collective deep breath. Everybody ready? 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 In through the nose for 4, hold for 7, out through the mouth for 8. And in through the nose for 4. Hold. Out through the mouth. Wow, doesn't breathing feel great? Okay. I'm not entirely sure whether or not I'm live or if this is working. So if somebody would please let me know in the chat that they can hear and see the crazy man, that would be great. Beyond that, let me do my best at reintroducing the stream. If this is your first time, if this is your 5th time, I'm excited to share why these streams are important, why you are in the best place that you possibly could be, and any other important information that might be relevant to your understanding and context of the situation. Perfect. Hear and see working great. Welcome to a live New Twos live demo with me, co-founder Twos Joe. The purpose of these demos is to introduce you to the new updates that we're making to V4 of Twos, which has many different subtitles. I'm going to list all of them, and you decide which one works best for you. The best place to write things down, an app that helps you remember things, a life organizer, a place to get things off of your mind, a calmer, connected, more memorable life. These are all quips of just what we're trying to accomplish with Twos, which you can currently use V3 if you're on iOS by going to twosapp.com/download, or you can learn more about New Twos, our plans with New Twos, our vision for New Twos, not only by being here on the live stream, but also by going to writethingsdown.com, which is the URL below average face, where you can join the wait list and learn more about what we're ultimately shooting for. In today's demo, we will be taking a look at New Twos. We will be talking about the updates that we've made since the last live stream. We will be talking about the updates that are yet to come. I will explain the foundation of Twos to you and why it is the one application that has truly changed my life. That is not something that just the founder would say to you, but generally anyone who has some experience, some good experience with Twos. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and get started. I typically like to explain a little bit more about how I became the founder of this company, who my co-founder is, why we're obsessed with this idea. Then I'll take a quick pause to take a look at the live chat, and then we'll dive into New Twos. So to abbreviate my story as much as possible, my father, when I was a very young boy, and by boy, I was probably 22 years old, my father recommended that I write things down in order to get control of my overactive mind. Now, if this already feels like it's resonating, it's because our minds are extremely active. A study by Queen's University found that we have over 6,000 unique thoughts per day, from breathe in, breathe out, to drink water or juice, to quite literally, what is this? What is that? 6,000 thoughts per day. And our brains are not designed to store all of these random things. So, my father recommended that I buy red and black notebooks and start to make note of all of the things that were going on in my mind. To-dos that I needed to accomplish, ideas that I had had, jokes that I wanted to tell, people's whose names I wanted to remember. And I found my life immediately improve from the simple habit of writing more things down. Now, you may feel like this is somewhat preachy, or you feel as if, well, Joe, I already have a good relationship with writing things down. I use my calendar. I have a reminders app. I use notes. I'm coming from Evernote. Yes, and I used notebooks. And I thought that that was the epitome of writing things down. But then my co-founder, Parker, introduced me to twos and his vision for a system of days, lists, and things, which effectively allowed any of those 6,000 thoughts to be quickly captured, easily organized, and resurfaced when it matters most. Let me repeat those. Quick capture, easy organization, smart resurfacing. So how is that unique? Why is that different? Well, when it comes to quick capture, when you have a burning thought, you need to capture it fast. We don't have time to watch a loading screen or log into a different application or wonder where we should put it. It just needs to be immediately captured so that we do not lose our train of thought. Have you ever had a feeling of being like, oh, it was on the tip of my tongue, or oh, I wish I could remember that? We want to completely absolve that problem from the process of writing things down through quick capture. Easy organization is very similar to quick capture in the fact that you need to be able to find the information that you're looking for when you need it. Because there's no worse feeling than feeling like you wrote something down or feeling like you had an experience at one point in your life, but not being able to find it. What's my password? What's my bank PIN? What's my blood type? What's my wife's favorite flower? It needs to be easily organized so it can be quickly found. And then lastly, intelligent resurfacing. You'll find in a lot of instances, you write more things down than you'll ever need to remember, or that you ever might remember, which is why it is our job through the application to make sure that important little quips of your life are resurfaced at an appropriate time so that you can actually achieve a benefit from them. Quite literally, like a recipe that you once captured but have never made, a friend that you haven't followed up with in months, a quote that your mom told you that made you feel good. These things can be quickly captured and intelligently resurfaced so that it can make your life better. So that is a long-winded explanation going from notebooks, meeting Parker, looking to build the best place to write things down for these purposes. And now, while I look at the chat and get prepared for our quick demo, I ask you, please rate that explanation. I want you to consider uniqueness of what I'm trying to say, convincingness of whether or not it feels like it strikes a chord for you, whether or not I could have used better benefit words, and I want you to be honest. On a scale from 1 to 10, how do you think that explanation of twos and our vision for the platform does it make sense to you? Does it remind you of a tool that you already use? Help me improve my live streams by letting me know how that explanation fits your needs. I'm going to take a minute to take a look at the chat now. Okay, people can hear and see. Hear and see. Hello from Scotland. Hello. Life Organizer. Hello, hello. Hi from Hong Kong. That's very cool. Been using it since 2024. Shout out. Yeah, reintroduce the story in different ways. Life-changing for people with ADHD. That's me. 6,000 seems low. Yeah, right? So it's funny. The initial study actually said 60,000, and then they had to take back that story and write it as 6,000. I prefer 60,000 because that's kind of how it feels like my brain works. Like I could literally be looking this way and then that way, and then I could have 17 more thoughts. But 6,000 because we like to use scientific studies. Okay, so DVR-TMC, as we get started into the demo, I would love to hear what application that reminds you of, genuinely. Not because I'm nervous, not because I'm defensive, but because it is critically important in this world and in this day and age to be unique. And so if it isn't super unique, then I want to make sure that I'm expressing the unique qualities of twos that make it so. WhatsApp integration, very cool. Okay, all right, are you guys ready to get started with the demo? Let's kick in. Let's see. Okay. And if I transition correctly over to my phone mirroring, we should be getting in here. And first, I'd like to start by emphasizing twos, new twos, for me, is a bottom bar application. An application that always sits in my bottom bar so I have quick access to it, because whenever one of those 6,000 burning thoughts hit, I want to quickly open twos and be able to write it down. So that presents the first screen of our demo and one semi-unique element of twos, the capture screen. The capture screen, which is still not entirely permanently named capture screen, is the idea that no matter what it is that is on your mind at any given moment, the ability to quickly write that thing down is critical. So for example, right now I have a thought that I need to drink more vitamin C, right? So I'm going to add that to my capture screen and it'll be created on today's list. We'll take a look at that again in a second. I have another thought. I want to go see the movie Cheaper by the Dozen, right? And what else is another thought? There is a party in Bilbo on December 21st, right? So these are random thoughts, one of the 6,000 that I want to quickly capture so that I'm able to act upon it or remember it when it matters. So I write those things down as soon as they pop in my mind on the capture screen because it is distraction-free, it is simple, it is fast, and it is speedy. Speed Demon capture screen. Now you may be wondering, twos, Joe, why are these diamonds appearing next to your things? But if I were to write a journal entry like it is cloudy and blech, you get it, blech, in Bilbo today, you'll notice no diamonds next to that thing. Why? This diamond recognizes that I'm writing something that I need to do. I need to drink more vitamin C. Therefore, it's going to turn it into a to-do item, and that will now sit next to that thing. Cheaper by the Dozen recognizes that this is a movie. So it wants to take me to the streaming websites to help find where that movie is streaming. And last but not least, this smart suggestion recognizes that I may want to set a reminder for this thing or add it to my calendar. So you may or may not be noticing one of the most important and unique differences of twos compared to any application that's currently on the market, and that is the emphasis on things. These individual pieces of our lives which can be quickly captured, reordered, shared, You can add a reminder to a thing. You can reorder things. I think I've already said that, but you're also noticing a bug that's happening live on cam. But you get the idea. These individual pieces of our lives, which can be turned into to-dos, which can have a reminder sitting next to it, which can even be a movie. Now, what's so important and unique about these things? When I write things down, I can select individual things. So I'll give you one more example. Let's say I'm having a in-depth conversation with someone in Bilbao around movies. So they tell me Cheaper by the Dozen, they tell me Oppenheimer. Okay, I'm now gonna select those things, and I need to be able to quickly organize them. So I'm gonna add them to my movies to watch list, right? Duh. Because, I mean, what's the benefit of having random things on my capture view if not on my movies to watch list? So now, if I go to my movies to watch list, you'll notice, why do I have, that's a crazy list. We're gonna go look at that in a second here. If I go to the bottom of my movies to watch list, I better see Cheaper by the Dozen and Oppenheimer. So this obviously is from a demo before. You may have noticed a couple of more changes that we've made. The ability to add to instead of move. Move is dead. Add to is here. We've also changed the order. We've added additional words so that you know how easy it is to reorder and indent things. But yeah, that's the benefit of things. So now let's go back to my daily list. You may have noticed, oh, and I promised you guys that we're gonna go look at that 15 sexiest movies on Netflix list. Why did I do that? I must have been in demon mode. This is my daily list. So very similar to my movies to watch list, which is an organization of things under a common name that I want to remember. A daily list is just a list associated with the day. Today's list, yesterday's list, tomorrow's list. These are all just lists for the day for you to write random things down, especially if they don't feel like they have a list yet created for that thing. For example, your reminders, your random to-dos, or journal entries. You don't need to create a list called journal because you can just write things on your daily list. So that, at a high level, is the entire foundation built within twos. Days, lists, things. Daily lists, regular lists, things go on both. I'm going to take a brief pause here, take a look at the chat, see if you guys have any questions, see if you have any thoughts. Let's do that now. And then also let me know if there's anything in particular that you want to see or hear more about. Lisa, twos works for me when I've tried literally hundreds of apps, but I'm not particularly good at articulating why. Lisa, that makes two of us. You know, I can't tell you what it is about twos besides the fact that it just feels good and it's got some pretty handsome founders, you know, behind it, just looking to build the best app possible for all of the people of the world. Maybe not the easiest, maybe not the best thing to be doing, but we're gonna try. We're gonna keep trying. Okay. DVR TMC. What's gonna be unique is that twos works and isn't just standard AI fluff. But that's just my opinion. The idea isn't unique, but I haven't seen it work anywhere yet. DVR TMC, I feel like we're gonna have to continue this conversation. Feel free to continue to drop your thoughts in the chat. There certainly are some AI integrations that are important to making twos and capturing individual pieces of your life as beneficial as possible. But hopefully from what I've showed already in the demo, this isn't an AI app. This is a writing things down app. Simplicity is its selling point, love that. Used to use Notion, got too complex. I've only been using twos now, straight to the point. Exactly. Writing things down shouldn't be hard. We're honestly trying to, in some capacity, create digital paper. Yep, exactly. Oppenheimer, sexiest movies on Netflix. We love Demon Joe. All right, let's go take a look at that list. What is wrong with me? Ah, the fucking emojis. Oh, this is so bad. When did I make this list? 2024. Have mercy on my soul. All right, well, let's just, yeah, unpublished, shared, but unpublished. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to keep it. I mean, you know, why not? It's a list. If you pull down on any list, you'll get back to your daily list. If you pull down anywhere in the app, the goal is to get you back to the daily list. Now, that obviously is a bug, but you get the idea. Pull down, daily list, because you want to quickly capture things. And there might be a chance that you want to do that on your day. Anyway, okay, let's see if there's anything else. Love the concept of daily list and automatic carryover if an item hasn't been checked off that day. I'm still shit out of luck until the Android update. Hey, I got great news for you. If you're starting to look at this application and saying, what else do you need to do? I'm in complete agreement with you. We're close. We're really close. All right, so let's talk a little bit about things one more time. Then let's talk about some unique features and updates. And then I'll just leave the rest of the time for any questions, thoughts, comments, death threats, especially those. Drop them in the chat. Let me know. So yeah, we're changing some words around. Today's list, December 10th, instead of today. It just was very important for us to emphasize that your day is a quick place for you to write things down, and exactly what DVRTMC said in the chat, your unfinished to-dos will automatically carry over to the next day so long as you leave them unchecked. Now here's my workflow for that. You may notice that not necessarily all of these things are to-dos. The reason that is because they automatically carry over day by day. I make my most important things unfinished to-dos, and I add them to my day so that I can remember them and have them in front of my face often. Now, normally, for a lot of other to-do applications, this would pose a problem because then we essentially are creating a task avalanche. Hence, too many things, too many unfinished to-dos, such that if you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and just seeing a bunch of things that you've never done, it might pose an issue. How do we fix that, you may be wondering? If I take this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, and this thing, right? So I'm now selecting 5 things, and I can actually edit it into a sublist. I'm gonna just go ahead and call it demo example avoid task avalanche. Create. Those things now go into a sublist, which I can add or move to any other list, and it helps keep my day in check, which is why I have a daily plan sublist, a personal prios sublist, a twos sublist. Move things or add things to lists in order to keep your system more fluid and organized and easy. And you'll notice a sublist is just a thing like anything else. Oh, bug, bug. Why did that? That's crazy. It only will move up once I've indented it. All right, bug. So yeah, you get the idea. Sublists. Avoid task avalanches by creating lists and moving things where they need to be. For example, your sexiest movies on Netflix list. So yeah, all right. So we've talked about the different types of things you can write down, why you would write things down, where you write things down, how you write things down. So should we talk a little bit about recall? And then I check the chat, and then maybe we get the f out of here. This is Two's chat. So to DVRTMC's point, AI slop, this is our AI slop. This is our usage of twos and AI to make your life easier and better. So this is something that I had teased inside of the Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord, then the invite is in the description of this video. We are celebrating our 4,000th member. Woohoo! So yeah, 4,000 Toozers who love to help us improve and learn and share. And if you are joining the video from the Discord, I love you. This is Tooz Chat. Tooz Chat is a very important feature to ToozApp.com. Tooz Chat searches through your things and helps you get answers from what you've written down already. So we're not searching the world, we're just searching your things. And I had one very big win using Tooz Chat yesterday. Somebody on Twitter said, I'm in Dallas for the first time. Where should I go to dinner and what should I get? Me, Tooz Joe, having lived in Dallas before, I have a lot of recommendations. So not only will I briefly show you my Dallas recommendations list, and I probably won't jump into it just because I want you guys to kind of see what it looks like from the outside. That's a problem that I've been running into, is that like, ugh! And also why, ugh. See, I'm gonna tell Baller to watch this demo and unfortunately see all the bugs. I have a list. I have a list for Dallas recommendations, but here's the exact use case and how I did it. What did I eat at Javier's? Right? So I'm asking a very natural language question to Tooz Chat and seeing what it comes back with. Based on your things, you didn't specify exactly what you ate at Javier's Gourmet Mexican. You only mentioned the restaurant's name. See, that's bullshit. You did this yesterday. You did this yesterday. Why did it work only sometime? Yeah, because it pulled that back yesterday. All right, well, so yesterday, Tooz Chat said the thing that I had because it read the top, and it was really impressive. So yeah, that's my list. That's Tooz Chat. It goes through all of your things and helps you find answers to your questions. What is my blood type? O negative. What is Mara's dog's name? We gotta make it so that enter sends chat messages. Millie. And then the reference to the list where you wrote that thing down. And then last but not least, what is Corinne's favorite flower? So instead of needing to have a list and knowing exactly where everything within Tooz is, you can just use Tooz Chat in the top of your bar in order to be able to ask Tooz those questions. All right, I'm gonna take a look at the chat. I'm gonna see if you guys have any particular questions. After we get done with this, I'm gonna quickly show you the game center. We'll talk a little bit about maybe nothing else. If you guys have any questions, comments, thoughts, let me know. We're gonna talk game center. We're gonna talk home view. And then we might talk a little bit about vision, just a little bit more. I'll get you out of here. We'll be done. All right. Yeah, Lisa, I'm glad that that is a helpful tip for you. Parker's Chipotle order, that's a good one. So let's talk about a particular use case where this Tooz Chat makes the most sense. Let's say that I know that Parker is having a bad day and he's a very hungry boy. By writing these things down and moving them into an appropriate list, or just using Two's chat to find that piece of information, I now have the ability of showing up to Parker's house with a Chipotle bowl without ever having to ask him. It makes you appear as if you're listening, as if you care, as if you are a compassionate human being, which you are. But what they don't need to know is that you're just using Two's to write, remember, and share your life. So, you kind of have a little bit of a crutch. You just can kind of move forward little by using Two's in this capacity. And that really is our vision for the entire platform, is for people to recognize that they have this very beautiful, very easy place to write these things down and then resurface those things. So this now is the Remember view, which is specifically designed, as I had mentioned in our intro, to resurface things that you've written down at one point in your life. We've got our week, we've got our chat prompts, we've got our memories from months ago, years ago. You've got your upcoming reminders. You've got your memories of the day, which are totally random, that then bring up the lists. And it really is a beautiful way of getting back to something that you'd once captured but hadn't thought about in a long time. So for this one, best cold email examples, hey, person's name, then changing, so it doesn't look like it's AI slop. Show a personalized appreciation, apologize for reaching out cold. I think that your group or audience would love what we're building. So this is obviously a particular example for me, but you guys get the idea. Two's has now helped me remember that thing just on the basis of the fact that it is my memory of the day. We've got our recent lists, we've got our to-dos, we've got our stars, we've got our tags, and then you also have the ability of adding or reordering any particular thing out of your Remember view. For example, I have my week on my day now, so I don't need it at the top. And I love, oof, that's brutal. So yeah, this is it. This is Remember view. It's a core part of why we want people to write more things down, because if they write more things down, then we'll be able to help them remember more things and take action on more things. All right, let me take a pause for the chat. All right, that's it. We got it. All right, on that note, guys, what we're going to do to end up here, or to wrap this up, is we're going to talk a little bit about the Game Center, which is now referred to as the Fun Zone, right? Because we're just having a shitload of fun in twozap.com writing things down. So what is the Fun Zone, you may be wondering? The Fun Zone is where you're going to see your streak, your coins, and your bucks. Now, what is the point of this, Two's Joe? Why are you still talking, flapping your damn gums? Let me tell you. Your streak is how many consecutive days you write things down. People love streaks. I love streaks. I have a 1,650-day streak, which I think is a pretty significant amount of years. I don't know. We're also adding 2 new features for you to be able to save your streak, which means if you accidentally missed a day, you can go back 24 hours and get your old streak back, or you can freeze your streak if you're planning on traveling or for whatever reason on a given day not planning on writing something down. First and foremost, I disagree, but that is the purpose of freezing a streak. Then you've got your Two's Clues. This is how you earn coins, by performing actions from within the application that help you learn how it works. And then if you complete all of your coins for the day, all of your clues, you actually get a buck. So you may be asking yourself, holy shit, I thought this was a productivity app. I thought this was a writing things down app. Nope, it's a fun zone. This is a fun app. Why is it fun? Well, you write things, you earn coins. You do things, you earn coins. You earn coins, you earn bucks. You earn coins and bucks, you can do things like changing your completion sound. For example, Mario. Can y'all hear this? Are we hearing this? Can y'all hear this? I don't know. Or fart. So the whole idea is that now when I complete things, get that sound. Change wallpaper, change wallpaper. Here are all the different customizations that you can unlock with coins, bookmark colors, changing the app icon, customizing your confetti, your font, your completion sound, your color themes. Yeah. So this is the idea of how you spend your coins and why we incentivize people to use twos more often so that they can earn coins and then they can have a fun time with their experience. And then we've got your bucks. The ability to unlock premium features that are not necessary in order to get the most use out of the app, but are valuable for some people. So things like default thing type. If you're a big to-do person, you can make it so that twos automatically defaults to writing to-dos. Advanced alerts, the ability to snooze, the ability to remind you of something, randomly. Customizing your nav bar. You don't want capture view, you don't want today, you don't want home, you don't want world. All right, we'll help you customize your nav bar. And then if you want to skip all of the games, all of the coins, if you just want access to everything that Twos has to offer so that you can really be responsible for, catering the experience to yourself, you'll notice at the very bottom of both views the ability to upgrade and add all features and customizations or purchase them a la carte. Now these things are not finalized. Don't be mad at me if we change prices or change features or change menus, but it is very crucial to our overarching vision for Twos. Writing things down is fun. Writing things down should be enjoyed. People like to be incentivized into good, new, healthy habits, and that is our goal with the Fun Center. I'm also going to make it so that you can customize that. I want to come back to my capture view every time I write things down. That's what I want. All right, guys. On that note, I feel very confident that I've shown you a lot of what I wanted to for our demo. I've obviously spoken a lot. I've shared a lot of features and unique benefits of using Twos. You're seeing a lot of the changes that we're making, from the nav bar to the write things down capture bar to these little headers to the coins and streak being on the outside. There's so many things that we're changing at any given moment. So obviously, thank you so much for participating in today's demo. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat now. Things that you want to see, things that you never want to see again. But yeah, that's it. That's Twos, the best place to write things down. Let's check the chat. All right. Yep. So current subscriptions will automatically carry over into new Twos. No fret. And also we do have so much appreciation and so much respect for the people who have already chosen to subscribe to Twos in its current state, that we're actually planning on doing some kind of special benefit not only for OTs, but for everybody. Or rather, everybody who's subscribed, everybody who's supported us up until this point. We still by no means feel like we have the tool that we ultimately want to give people, but we're obviously doing with what we have. So don't worry, we're not here to, pull the rug out from under you and start charging more money than what we feel like Twos deserves, but we are thinking heavily about how to just improve our monetization and our incentivizations. So we will be coming up with that and making more information available relatively soon. It could be like under an FAQs, will you add a yearly option? Sure, absolutely we will. So yeah, what else? Yeah, I appreciate that, Carl. All right, so if there's no other questions, guys, I'll hang out for another 30 seconds to 60 seconds where I talk a little bit about our vision. And I haven't even fully, been able to figure this out for myself. Oh my God, am I dropping frames? I hate this app sometimes. Whatever. While you guys are liking this video, subscribing to the channel, joining our Discord, asking a question, all of these things are calls to action, by the way. If you haven't done those things, if you would like to do those things, we'd very much appreciate you. Like, subscribe, join Discord, visit writethingsdown.com, whatever you want to do. I am going to take a moment to speak about where my crazy motherfucking brain is going. And actually, to be a little bit more clear, you may have noticed a star on my day. And that star is, I want investors to reject me because they think I'm fucking crazy. Apologies for the PG-13 stream here, guys, with a lot of the F words, but I want to just give you my pure, authentic self. I want investors to reject us, not because they think that twos is too small or too buggy or too, whatever it may be. I want them to say, I can't back you because I don't believe that you're going to be able to accomplish your goal. So what is that goal? I want humanity to recognize that our brains are not capable of being our daily operators, and that technology was invented to make our lives easier. So where does twos fit into that spectrum? Because obviously there's a lot of technology, and we're not inventing, an exercise watch. We're not inventing a new phone. We're not looking for a new solution for coffee mugs. We are looking to build the best place to write things down, and all of the qualities that go together with that. Now, that isn't particularly even that big of a 5-year vision. So if you don't mind, I'll tell you what my 5-year vision is. There was a company recently acquired by Meta called Limitless, and they have the AI pin. There's some inherent problems with data collection in perpetuity. The idea that no matter who you talk to or memories that you experience, it's always recording and then trying to make sense out of those recordings. We have a similar vision, but with a lot more intentionality. Writing things down is something that you decide that you want to do because you want to remember something. So if Twos became a software company that integrated into wearables or integrated into our phones, but at its foundation, we want to be the safest, most secure, most predictable place for you to get anything off of your mind and then being able to remember it when the time is right. You're approaching the gym, here are your gym lists. You have an event on your calendar to go visit with your stepdad, here's his favorite bottle of wine. You're not feeling good today, here's a list you made about home remedies for illnesses. We want to create, quite literally, your number twos. The person, the thing, the database that you can trust above all else in the world because you wrote those things down. So whether it's speaking, whether it's writing, whether it's pasting screenshots, there's just too many benefits to be had out of being able to remember bits and pieces of our lives. And that is exactly what we look to accomplish with Twos. Okay, on that note, Lisa, you're wondering about export. So in V3, if you have V3 pulled up, all you need to do is, V3, I think on web only. So go to twosap.com, log in, then go to side menu, settings, export. twosap.com, sign in, side menu, settings, export. Should be right there. All right, if there's no other questions, comments, or thoughts, this has been a wonderful demo. I've kept you guys for longer than you probably would like to be kept. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Looking forward to next Wednesday, because we are going to do another live demo on the 17th. We will have more updates. We will have more things to share. I'm super excited that you guys have decided to spend some time with me here today. Until then, keep writing things down, and Twos out. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.